First, Pep Guardiola declared Phil Foden is back to his best as Manchester City thrashed Borussia Dortmund 4-1. Foden scored twice to leave City in a strong position to qualify automatically for the knockout stages of the Champions League. And it's a timely reminder for England boss Thomas Tuchel, who names his squad for this month's World Cup qualifiers on Friday.
This season is back. Yeah, this season. Not feel all of us. We struggled me first, but it happened. When Phil is in that level, when playing between the lines in the pockets, and it doesn't matter what happens. His first touch, his turn, and after his generosity, running and fighting, and as much Phil is happy and love, enjoy the rest. You don't have to say much, because he's a special player. But we need his goals definitely, and today make hopefully the first step to do it.
Good morning to Charlie Austin, always at his best. Now, Phil Foden is back to his best, according to Pep Guardiola. Do you expect him to be back in the England squad when it's named tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the way he's been performing he's been a standout. It's a surprising one that he hasn't been in the squad, but fair play, Thomas Tuchel, he's picking players on form. Now he's come back to his best, and last night was a performance that he should be proud of, and City would have loved, and English fans also. The most thing I liked is to teach any young kids also. See his goals that he scored last night, just the way he passed the ball in the back of net. Not everything needs to be smashed, and he has abundance of quality in all different types of finish.
Now, when he's on form, and this is a question I've got a feeling that over the next week and a half we'll be asking a lot, is he the best number 10 available?
Listen, we've got abundance of talent to play in that position, but when he's at his best, I don't think anyone actually gets near him. What he does for Manchester City is phenomenal, and he's proved that last night in the Champions League stage, and we've seen it week in, week out in the Premier League in many seasons. When he gets back to his best, no one can get near him.
There's not many countries that have more quality number 10s than us. I mean, in the Premier League, is he potentially the best number 10 as well, not just of English players?
Let's get to the point. When Phil Foden is at his best, what we see when he won Player of the Year 2 years ago.
Yeah, not last season before.
He was the standout player, rightly so, and he is the best number 10 on form in the Premier League.
Well, he went viral for his goal celebration as well, which we can show you. We had a selfie with one of the fans. What do you make of that? Are you a fan of that kind of thing, Charlie, or are you a bit like, nah?
No, I don't. Do you know what? I don't mind it. That's the way football's going. Interaction with the fans. The fans want to feel like they're connected to the players that play for their football club. And the time Phil scored, and let me tell you that when you score a goal on a professional, any level, but on a professional level, you can't beat that feeling. There's just a rush of energy that comes through your body, and Phil felt it was right to take a photo with a fan at the time.
But the fan had a half and half scarf on.
That's offside. That's offside. The half and half scarf is offside. But you get carried away in the moment. Just scored a goal.
Yeah, I know. I mean, did the guy get carried away when he bought a half and half scarf?
Definitely. Whoever buys a half and half scarf, that's an offside offence, that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know what his reasons were for doing it. But anyway, we've been asking you in the poll this morning if you want to see Phil Foden back in the England squad when it's named by Thomas Tuchel tomorrow. And 65% say yes. I thought that would be higher, actually. But 65% are saying yes, they would like to see Phil Foden recalled to the England squad. OK, this is your show. We want you to get involved. We're going to bring in a Manchester City supporter in a moment. Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, scan the QR code there or visit the Sky Sports app for more details. Matthew Kerr, Manchester City fan, is joining us now. Good morning, Matthew. Right, another great display from Phil Foden. I take it... Well, actually, I was going to say, I take it you want to see him back in the England squad, but I guess you're probably worried about injuries when these two games are fairly meaningless.
Definitely. I'd be quite happy if he wasn't called up. But for Phil's sake, obviously, it's a great thing. It's a reward for the fine form he's shown. For me, easily one of the best midfielders in the league this season. I think he showed in that last clip his goal against Manchester United. That was the turning point. That was the moment that got him back on track. And last night was just, unbelievable. Like watching him from 2 years ago.
There was a lot of change in the summer at Manchester City. Does it look like you're starting to click? I mean, Reinders is clicking. It looks like Cherky is clicking now that he's available as well. What's been the key?
It's been all sorts, we talk about Foden. his form coming back into the fold, and as well, players that we brought in last January, like Nico Gonzalez, having more time with Pep, more time with the players around him. We've had so much change, but yeah, Reinders, obviously, I think he won Serie A best midfielder or something last season, so no wonder that he's come in and been amazing. But Ryan Cherky's been another one. Last few games, coming off the bench or playing in the League Cup here and there, he's been an absolute joy to watch, and I can't wait to see where his City career goes.
Matthew, on it, like you say, the players that come in have time and learn to play under Pep, etc. But for me, Phil Foden is someone that's obviously come through the ranks, been a star boy for Man City, and him to finally get back to his form, to his best. For me, he's the best midfielder in the league in that position when he's on his top form. I want him to be back in the England squad. But last night on his performance, for me, the standout thing was just the way he found pockets of space. And that's when Phil Foden's at his best. In both his goals, he finds pocket of space and he's so calm in front of goal, just rolls it into the corner.
Yeah, it was almost trademark from Foden, that, taking it on the half-turn, rolling, and you know where it's going to go. You know where it's going to go. It's just a question whether the goalkeeper's going to read it. And he obviously did it the first time. The second time, you see, I watched it this morning, the replay. The Dortmund players, they're all swarming him, but they can't do anything about it. It's like almost like when Robben was at Bayern Munich. When he cuts in on that left foot, it's only going one place. So yeah, he's right on form at the moment.
But also, how important is it to Man City that he does step up and perform like that continuously and do it again and again and again to back up Haaland? Because the same old debate is, do Man City overhype, and everything depends on how Erling Haaland plays, of course. But then players you mentioned after, Ryan Cherky, Thierry Reinders, Phil Foden, they're the ones that need to support him. And then all of a sudden, Man City can go on a real charge.
It's 100%. If it's amazing if you've got the best striker in the world who's scoring for fun, but if you've got 2 or 3 midfielders who are popping up, maybe getting 10 goals a season, it's brilliant. You can't complain about that at all. So hopefully it continues. Like you say, the likes of Reinders, Cherky, they need to be chipping in as well. Wingers as well, Doku, Savino. But yeah, I couldn't be happier at the moment. After last night's performance, I thought Foden, he was just magical. Yeah,
well, you might be happier on Sunday if you get a win, but we'll come to that in a moment. Just one last one on Foden. As a neutral here, I see him as a number 10. But he doesn't always play number 10 for Manchester City. He doesn't always play number 10 for England. Is there so much of a difference between him in that position, his best position, and whether he's out on the right or left?
Definitely. He has much more of an impact in the middle. I think, obviously, we've had Kevin De Bruyne for so many years, and now that Kevin De Bruyne has moved on, that number 10 role for City is his now. I think for so long it was, where can we squeeze in Foden around the likes of De Bruyne or Gundogan or Bernardo? Whereas now that is his position, and there's no wonder why he's playing his best football so far this season. And when he won the PFA Player of the Year, that was when De Bruyne was out for so many months, and that was in the number 10 position. But this season as well, we've seen him play a little bit deeper at times. He's played slightly bit of more number 8, and it's really nice to see him evolving his all-round game, not just in front of goal.
And in terms of players on top form, Erling Haaland, 27 goals in 17 games now for him. We're just going to show you something here, because he's into the top 10 of all-time Champions League scorers, and that's after just 52 games. Now, he says he won't be able to achieve Messi and Ronaldo numbers. Do you disagree with him? If you look at that list, by the way, in terms of players still playing in the Champions League, so, Lewandowski's still there, and Kylian Mbappe is still there. But Haaland's got 54 in 52 games. He's going to go up that table. He's going to go up that table this season. But in terms of Ronaldo and Messi, do you see any reason why he can't get to those numbers?
Not at all. Unless he gets sent to the moon or something, I think he's going to just carry on scoring the way he is. And I think he's definitely going to beat them numbers. Listen, don't be wrong, when people compare him to Messi and Ronaldo, them two are the greats of this generation. It's going to take an awful lot for for me, Messi's the greatest player that's ever lived, and Haaland's a completely different footballer. But Ronaldo, 100%, there's a debate there. But he's got to carry on the way he's going. But I think he's definitely going to become the all-time scorer in the Champions League, Premier League. I think he's going to get them all.
Matthew, I think it's hard to disagree with you, because what he's doing in the 3 seasons that he's been is phenomenal. Yeah, the Champions League speaks for itself, the 54 goals he's got, and he's going to climb up that ladder. And who's going to bet against him not getting to the heights of Ronaldo and Messi? But what he is actually doing is now, when we see him play now, it's from when he first came in the Premier League, but also it just seems like he's got better. He got
really
better.
Has.
There's something about him that when he is in penalty box or he's running one-on-one, you just automatically think goal. What I like the most is last night on his goal, not one of the Borussia Dortmund, defenders looked where he was. It's Erling Haaland, the most clinical finisher in the world. They've just left him alone. He moves 2 yards, gets a space, and he strikes through that ball with ultimate confidence. And listen, he's just a centre forward that, for me, in my opinion, can't be stopped at the moment.
No, I don't think it can be stopped at all. I mean, there was even that moment, I know no goal came of it, but Haaland, he had the ball on the edge of the area, took a man on, and there was about 2 or 3 Dortmund players just swarming him, and they just bounced off him. And then he, of course, passed it to Nico Riley, didn't make anything of it. But that moment just shows how dominant he is in the box, how much aura he has in the forward line. It's massive. It's massive. And listen, he's only 25 years old. If he carries on scoring the way he's going, I mean, I'm not great at maths, but I know he's going to break the lot.
Erling Haaland, unstoppable there. Pep Guardiola, after the match, called Arsenal unbeatable. What do you think of that? Is he being very, very clever and heaping more pressure on them?
Yeah, he's being very clever there. He's keeping his cards close to his chest. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been phenomenal, especially defensively of late. But listen, it's November. A lot can happen. City have got to play them at the Etihad. Liverpool are going to have to play them once more. And I think I've said on this show a couple of times, I just don't think Arsenal have got it in them at all to get it over the line. Listen,
Matthew, I think we've got to give them a little bit of credit. I think we've got to give Arsenal some credit there. Like, I know Pep was saying that, but at the moment, as you look at it, they've conceded 3 goals in the Premier League. So it's all about... No, we have to.
What injury to Gabriel?
Matthew, let's be... I understand injuries. People counter-arguments that if Man City lose Haaland, etc., right? But you have to give them credit. What they've done so far at the first period of the Premier League has been phenomenal, and they look hard to be beaten.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are the team to beat. They're top of the table. But my argument always is I trust City to be there, and I don't trust Arsenal to have it in them for the whole season. I know what you mean, though, so far this season. Obviously, they've been fantastic defensively, especially, but can they keep it up, scoring these set-piece goals, getting these clean sheets game after game? I mean, if they do, obviously they deserve the title, but I just don't think they will.
Well, they've done it for pretty much a quarter of the season so far. But your next game is, of course, against Liverpool. So take Arsenal out of the equation here. I mean, Liverpool, the good record against you last season. But if you lose this one, or whoever loses, are they out of the title race?
Quite possibly. I mean, that said, it is very early in the season, so I don't think it's necessarily that much riding on it. But I definitely think whoever comes out on top, if there's a winner, I think that will then say to Arsenal who their real contender is, I think, in the title race. And as well, I think for both teams, they've had slight wobbles in the start of the season. I think it'll be a massive confidence boost as well.
How confident are you?
I think I'm confident. I mean, we're at home. If it was at Anfield, which is probably the worst ground for City to play at, I don't think we've got a win there other than the COVID year. So the fact that it's at the Etihad, I definitely have confidence. The way Haaland's scoring, the way Liverpool are defending as well. Obviously, they were decent against Real Madrid midweek, but I definitely fancy Haaland up against Canate and Kirkes and the like. So, yeah.
But Matthew, that's not on that bit. I'm fully with you where you go to the others, but I just see the full matchup. Virgil van Dijk is going to come up against Erling. Yeah. That's the scenario. But if you're part of the Liverpool, you're going to go, right, Virgil, you're going to mark Haaland, and that's it. It's going to be a full battle. So Haaland's had his tough games against Virgil. That's been well documented. We've seen it. But the form that he's in and the whole Liverpool back four, they've not been performing. So it's going to be, for me, it's going to come down to them two. If Virgil's on the top of his game, can he match the way Haaland's playing at the moment to be able to stop him?
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I think it probably will be quite a cagey game. I feel both of the teams, will probably not want to lose the game more than they'll want to win it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can see it probably being maybe a 1-1 draw or something like that. And I'd probably take that, to be honest with you. Playing Liverpool, I know anything can happen. It doesn't
Matthew, is that because of how good Arsenal have done? Is that because of the worries that you're thinking, like, you know, we're saying if Liverpool lose or Man City lose, you're kind of out of the title race. Is that because of the dominance of Arsenal have had? That you're taking a point. But you're taking a point.
Honestly, if we were top of the table and we're playing Liverpool, I'd still take a point. I just know against Liverpool over the years, anything can happen. Salah, yeah, he's not having a great season. He can just turn it on like that and get a hat-trick against City. Like, I've seen it. He's a scary player. They're a scary team. So we just need to be at the races. We need to be at our best. But like I say, I would take a draw.
One final question on Manchester City. It's completely off topic, but Matheus Nunes, is he now just 100% a right back? Even when he was bought as a midfielder, it's like Szoboszlai playing at right back for Liverpool, but he's still back in midfield now. Is Mateus Nunes now a right back?
Yeah, it's a real bizarre evolution, isn't it? You know, he comes in, he was almost like a number 10 at Wolves, comes into City very, very quickly. It was evident that Pep didn't fancy him as a midfielder. Obviously, we had all of our injuries last season. Walker left mid-season, found himself right back. He was okay last season, okay. I mean, the team wasn't functioning. But this season, bar the Brighton game where he gave away a handball, which was just a lapse of concentration, he's been fantastic, so reliable. Just doing the bare minimum, the basics very well. Not being unbelievable, but his recovery pace is a massive asset to City. And we've had Kusanov in and out the side, who's obviously lightning quick. So, yeah, honestly, Nunes, it's crazy. I didn't see it coming, but he's been really, really good recently.
Right, Matthew, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.